With the 15th pick and with the 26th pick in the 2019 NFL Draft, the Washington Redskins select Dwayne Haskins, Montez Sweat.
Welcome, all my fellow Redskin brethren and sistren. I am your man and resident Redskins fan, Lou. Thank you for joining me here on the Redskins Report. Quickly wanted to come and just simply ask you a question. And the question is as follows. With the draft and really the offseason in the books, because I don't really see too many more moves coming from the Washington Redskins. You may get an offseason acquisition here or there, depending on any kind of cap casualties and cuts we may see post-June 1. But for the most part, the Redskins pretty much have what they're going to go into training camp with in terms of a 90-man roster. Again, you may see one or two players here or there, but for the most part, I don't think you're going to see any more big splashes. What's done is done. So with that in mind, with the draft behind us and free agency in the rearview mirror, what do you see as the biggest question mark position heading into training camp with this Redskins football team? I'm going to give you my answer. As a matter of fact, I've given you my answer on the podcast, the latest episode of the Louie Network podcast, which you see right next to me on the screen, right below me, excuse me. And so check out the Louie Network podcast. I did a segment called Social Media Maneuvers where I addressed this question that I'm posing to you right now. And so I answered the question in the podcast. You should be checking out the Louie Network podcast anyway, but I give you my answer in the podcast, but I want your answer. That's why I'm asking you this question here. What is the biggest question mark position in your mind with this Redskins football team going into training camp in 2019? I give you my answer on the podcast during my Social Media Maneuvers segment of the Louie Network podcast, episode number 47. The link to that podcast episode and any other podcast episode is down below in the description. Also want to hear from you. What is the biggest question mark position going into training camp for this Redskins team? And conversely, if you've got time and you feel like answering this, what's the strongest position in your mind going into training camp for this Redskins team? I think I know what you're going to say, but I'm anxious to hear from you anyway. I'm your man, Louie T. Remember, if it's not your man T, it's not the best NFL coverage it could be. And also, I am a Redskins fan, etched in burgundy and gold. My Redskins spirit will never die. Redskins spirit will never fold. Until we meet again, hail to our beloved Washington Redskins. The numbers are out, okay? Haskins is 7. There was a lot of debate about that. He's going to be number 7. He signed his contract. Terry McLaurin is going to be 17. All right, he has not signed his contract. One of 2 Redskins out of our 10-player draft that hasn't signed his contract. And also, and I know there's one of you who said, someone out there told me, hey, watch out for Montez Sweat not signing his contract because he believed he should have been drafted sooner. I don't think that's the issue. I think it's offset language. But, hey, look, someone said he was not going to sign on time. I still think he's going to sign. I think it's only a matter of time. But in any event, Kelvin Harmon, number 13, okay? Bryce Love, number 23. Okay, these are all numbers we're looking out for. Moreland, 27. So, or is it 25? Yeah. I gotta brush up on my numbers, but they're out there. The New Jersey numbers have been released. We've been waiting on those, and they're there. So, in any event, I'm your man, Louie T. See you guys next time. Have a good one.
Louie T.